Bigscreen has just announced the Beyond 2 and it seems to be exactly what everyone has been asking for, so let's talk about it. The upgrades from the Beyond 1 start with the newly designed pancake lenses. These will not only have considerably less glare but also a massively larger field of view sitting at 116 degrees. For context, this is more than the Quest 3, which has an FOV of 110 diagonal, and this is what I consider the minimum acceptable field of view nowadays. In terms of screens, it's using the same dual 1-inch micro OLED displays from the Beyond 1, running at a resolution of 2560 by 2560 pixels per eye. The refresh rate is also the same, 90 and 75 Hz, and this is probably my only gripe here, but definitely not a deal breaker. I've actually already pre-ordered the Beyond 2, so subscribe if you want an unbiased, unsponsored review when I receive it. Now, the reason I'm saying the refresh rate is a bit of a bummer is because the Beyond 2 can only run at maximum resolution when using it in 75 Hz mode. At 90 Hz, it will work the same as the first one, which means it will actually run at a resolution of 1920 by 1920 pixels per eye and upscale to 2560 by 2560, which will mean a loss in sharpness. That being said, it's not really their fault and it's a limitation of current DisplayPort technology. Next up, a massively welcome upgrade because the IPD is now adjustable. Not quite on the fly since you will need to use a tool to manually adjust it, but it definitely helps with avoiding any issues with having to send it back in case the IPD is not exactly correct. Plus, you can now share it with friends and family, and it will also definitely help in case you decide to resell it. Another great update, though it does come with a small caveat that I'll discuss in a moment, is that you now don't need to perform a 3D face scan using an iPhone. The caveat here is that this option will mean you get your Beyond 2 later, since some of the accessories we'll discuss later are required to avoid the face scanning. Before we get to that, I have to mention that they somehow made it even lighter. It's actually 16% lighter at just 107 grams. That is absolutely insane. It also comes in new colors with 3 total options. The old carbon black color from the Beyond 1 is available, as well as a crystal clear version which looks absolutely gorgeous, and this is the one I actually went for. And finally, what they call their flagship color, nuclear orange. Before talking about some banger new accessories they've released for the Beyond 2, let's talk about eye tracking. Yes, you've heard that right, this tiny headset will have a version that includes eye tracking, and it will be just over 1 gram heavier than the regular Beyond 2. The eye tracking one is called the Beyond 2E, and as you can imagine, it comes at a slightly higher price, but we'll get to that in a second. Some other things to note are the dual microphone array that they say will be studio grade, and after hearing many tests of the microphone on the Beyond 1, I'm confident this will sound fantastic. Also, many of the accessories from the Beyond 1 will be compatible with the second version, such as face cushions, the fiber optic cable and prescription lenses, the link box, as well as the audio strap, because yeah, there's no built-in audio here, same as the first one. Going back to not needing to perform a face scan, Bigscreen have just announced that they'll be coming out with not only a universal facial interface, but also a halo-style strap that can even be used without a facial interface at all, as well as with the universal and custom ones, depending on what you prefer. Something to note here is that if you want to go with the universal interface and halo strap, you'll need to wait until Q3 2025 to get it, and it will of course be an additional cost. Now, this is a Steam VR tracked headset, meaning you will need base stations as well as a pair of controllers such as the Valve Index Knuckles. Let's talk pricing. The base price of the Beyond 2 is $1,019 for the regular one, and $1,219 for the eye tracking version. And this will include the custom facial interface, cloth strap, and based on my order details, also a cover shell, which I assume is some sort of protective case for the front of the headset. If you already own a Beyond 1, you get a pretty decent discount, so the Beyond 2 will be just $849 for the regular and $1049 for the Beyond 2E. And if you happen to order a Beyond in the past few weeks, you'll be getting upgraded to the Beyond 2 for free. So I'm really happy to see they've thought about this and ensured recent customers will not be unhappy for missing out on the newest upgrades. When it comes to availability and shipping, it's available for pre-order right now, and shipping starts in April according to Bigscreen. Now, I've ordered mine about 5 minutes after the announcement livestream started, and on the order page it said it's shipping in May, but then on the confirmation email it said starting June. So I'm not entirely sure when I'll actually get it, but I've paid for it with my own hard-earned money, so subscribe for an honest, unbiased review when I get it. I'll catch you soon. Cheers, guys.